Talk. Hello, guys. Hello, everybody. Wow, this is Talkdotpod first episode, and I am excited. I cannot contain my joy. I've wanted to do this for a very long time. Also, I am nervous. For the first episode, I wanted to plunge into exploring topics because there's so many topics and ideas that I've personally delved deeper into. I wanted to share and have us discuss and deliberate, but to limit the liability of my information going wrong, misunderstood, and also to avoid bullying, I want to state this disclaimer bold and clear that Talk.pod, aside it being a social commentary, is also a social satire, meaning that there are times that we might make fun of a situation or make ridicule of an issue. It doesn't mean that we're being insensitive. It's just what the show is all about. Freedom of speech. You can talk as much as you like, but freedom after the speech is important. That is what I am advocating for. So, in this episode, you will learn more about me, about why I started the podcast, and also we'll do a bit of bragging. My name is Alima Abiola Abajo. I've always had interest in social discourse and flair for satire. It's one genre of literature that shows the vices and foolishness of humans, organizations, governments, and activists. Also, I have a BA in literature and some other professional jargon, so I think that I've earned the right to do this. Or maybe I haven't. I don't know. So let's get deep and personal. There's so many things to criticize in this world, especially in Nigeria. And I can narrow it down to Lagos where I live. No matter how calm you want to be, either you're driving or not, if Napep driver is not acting unfortunate, Danfo driver is annoying you, Lagos is a big madhouse with a lot of angry people looking for who to unleash their anger on. And you really won't be surprised if looking at the way the country is being run. Should we talk about the danger of the social construct that we're born into and still living in, the hypocrisy we call culture? Or should we talk about the abuse, the sexual abuse, the verbal abuse, the physical abuse that we have to tolerate in the companies that we work for? Or how people treat their mates. Mates are treated like slaves. They are not saddled with a lot of responsibilities. They are giving bad food to eat. Or should we talk about how some women cover rape done to their daughters by their husbands? I mean, the society is rotting with hypocrisy and foolishness. And even if you want to keep quiet, you just sometimes want to vent about it. I've always had this discussion with friends that not all of us would have the courage to speak out or to talk about an issue. But for some of us, we have audacity, we are bold. I've always believed that fear stops you from saying what you are supposed to say, and that if you say it, you will die. If you don't say it, you will also die. So why don't you just say it, keep calm, and wait for the consequence? And this attitude earned me the name Ijogbon, meaning professional troublemaker. The first time I was called that name, I was 15 years old. It was my first year in the university. I mean, I stepped out of my hostel to get something, and I had someone calling S. Of course, my parent did not name me, so I decided not to answer. And the person, or maybe the boy of the person, crossed the other side and told me that his capon is calling me. And I asked him, who the hell is that? And then he said, oh, that if I get to the other side, I will see the person. I said, I'm not interested. And immediately I turned back to go back to my hostel. And then this person tapped me. And I told him, why did you tap me? And then the next thing, who you be? Why can't I touch you? And that went on for a long time. And then the other colleagues of his had to cross to the other side. And the whole scene became so bad that my hostel mate had to come out And then immediately I saw the older ones kneeling down to beg these people. And I was wondering what is going on. And they were whispering to my ear that, oh, they are cultists, kneel down, kneel down. And I said, I cannot kneel down. Why will I kneel down? I didn't do anything wrong. So we had this discussion back and forth. And then they made a decision that if I was not ready to kneel down and apologize, that means that I've graduated. I was my first year in the university, and that I should pack my things and leave the school. And I did just that. And why? I saw that the world won't protect me. So I decided to do that which is hard as long as it is good. And for you to understand this, let me tell you a story of a rape incident I witnessed in my GSS1. Okay, so if you attended a model boarding house, like Lagos State Model Boarding House, you will know that when it gets to the exam period, people steal notes. Yes. Okay, so this particular day, I forgot my notes and it was almost light out. So I had to run back to pick up my notes. And I saw a girl about the same, but I'm not sure of her age, but she was in GSS2. And I saw her walking in a funny way. She was walking with her legs apart. She was, and then while having a conversation with her, she told me that she was raped. I'm not sure she used the word raped, but whatever happened was raped anyway. So I was trying to convince her to go and report the issue to the appropriate authority. But while having that conversation, the corporate showed up. And if you know me very well, you envisage my next line of action. I dashed at him immediately, and then, we started having a confrontation. He threatened me that he's going to come for me, so I gave him my full information because I felt there was no reason why it should be so bold. I mean, you can't do something that bad and then you are so bold. And I gave him my information. I said, oh, my name is Abiola Abajo. I am in GSS 1J. I even described where my classroom is, so you can come and look for me there. And I told the girl, let's go and report. But at that time, the siren, came up and she said, when it is light out, it is light out, which is true, sadly. So I remember that, we agreed that we're going to see the next morning to go and make that report. So I was waiting for her to show up, but she didn't. In the afternoon, I saw the hostel supervisors, like two hostel supervisors and some prefect came to my classroom and called out my name and asked me to kneel down at the courtyard under the full-blown sun. And then I kept asking questions like, what did I do? They didn't answer. Anyway, for hours, I was laying down under that sun. Hours after, they came and took me to the next building. And then I saw the girl that was raped last night, or the previous night. Anyway, immediately I got my voice. And at that point, I was trying to explain to one of the hostel supervisors that, oh, something happened yesterday. Oh, someone was actually raped. And then the next thing was a slap, and we're told that we accused a senior with a badge, senior prefect, of a very hideous crime. And that was it. They called out some big seniors, in fact, very strong seniors, that when they lift you from the ground, just like a feather, they will just lift you from the ground. So, they called them out and they beat the hell out of me. Not just me and the other girl that was raped, and honestly, something died inside of me that day, my courage. One time I saw the picture of the school. The school was looking really, really bad, and they were asking all students to come help out. And I said, let that school burn. Let it burn. I wish at that age I knew how to make trouble, because one needs to make trouble to disrupt status quo. I mean, what we are afraid of is a monster called fear. And that was the Agbayas and the rapists senior did. They tried to create fear and silence us. Anyway, these are more led to who I am and why the podcast. Talk.pod is a social satire about anything and everything. I mean, we'll be discussing the ills, the vices, the fun, and the hypocrisy of all social and political issues around us. All. So if you have any topic that we can discuss or we should discuss, please send an email to bsc30@gmail.com, bsc30@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM, talk.pod, talk.pod. The podcast will be released every Saturday. Yes, it's going to be a weekly podcast. So please subscribe on your favorite listening platform, or you can watch on YouTube as you're doing just now. Please subscribe. Please, please. Okay, so the structure of the podcast, well, it might come in as solo, where you see me talk, talk, talk. I really don't like that. Or I have a fun co host, or I might bring in a guest who will come in and share personal experience, or my favorite panel, my favorite structure, which is panel. This is where we have a madhouse. Yes. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been very supportive. I really do appreciate it. I hope I improve over time. And also want to appreciate you all that are listening and watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait for us to have this beautiful journey together. Thank you and bye for now.